Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Joyce here again for you guys today. Happy 2021. This is actually the first video that I'm filming in 2021. I had done some pre-filming with the other videos on my channel, so this is the first time I'm actually getting to tell you guys happy 2021. So hopefully everybody's new year is going really well. Today we're going to do a perfume haul video. These are perfumes that I've been collecting now for about a month and a bit, and I say collecting is just sort of like buying them, waiting to tell you guys about it, and I wanted to get the last few pieces which I got today so that we can talk through them. Two things: my neighbors are being very loud. Apparently they have allergies, so if you hear noises from outside, it's my neighbors. And my cousin's also playing PlayStation like in the next room, so if you hear any noises from there, it's him too. Anyway, let's get into it. So yeah, once again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All right, hit that button down below and click that bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a perfume video or any kind of video, right? And let's just get into it. So 2021 is definitely continuing my obsession with fragrances. It's so ironic because I actually restarted my channel because I just needed an outlet. COVID had just started, everybody was quarantined, and now fast forward, I think I've just hit 1,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much to everybody who's continued to support me and my channel. You guys are the real ones, okay? Shout out to yourselves. So yeah, anyways, I was just thinking like, wow, I've come a long way since that video to now. A lot of perfumes basically is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, this is a collective haul, lots of different perfumes from lots of different places. I've actually just received one right now. This is Fresh Cream, but this is the soft suede version. It's still in the cellophane because I actually haven't even been able to open it. Most of these I have opened and or sniffed in some way, so I can give you guys a little bit of an idea about how I feel about them as we're going along. Right, just to kind of even show you guys a little bit of the damage, there's some perfumes in here. There's some perfumes in here, and then there's one special perfume in this box right here. So anyway, that's kind of what's been going on. A lot of perfume buying. Right, so the reason that I got Fresh Cream soft suede was because I actually found Fresh Cream, the normal one. This is a 60 ml. I found this before they kind of shut everything down again in a Stratford mall. Stratford in East London. So I was just like, oh, okay, so I've been using this to kind of layer up a few of my fragrances where I felt like they need a little bit of creamy oomph. By the way, in case I've not said this, this is going to be a long video, okay? If it's going to be a long video, go get yourself a drink, go get yourself a snack, because we're going to be here for a while. But this is Fresh Cream. I've been using this for a while, and it's lovely, it's nice, it's a very sweet, soft skin scent. It's very milky and creamy, but it kind of reminds me of a hot milk. If you guys have ever made tea with evaporated milk, and the smell of the sweet, how sweet the milk smells in the tea is basically the sweetness that I get from this. So it can get a little sickly is basically what I'm trying to say. It can do, but it's a great layering kind of fragrance and a great sleeping one. But I just wanted to see what this suede one was going to do because I heard that there was a leather note in this. Now I did find this particular one on a random pharmacy website. I'll actually link everywhere that I purchased all these fragrances down in the description section for you guys to check out. And I found it on eBay as well, but this is the 15 ml, so I really couldn't actually get any other size, but I really wanted to smell it. So this is my first time smelling this. Oh, okay, these are extremely similar. They are extremely similar. I'll put it on skin. Off top. Ooh, oh, this is better. Off top, this is better. This one doesn't have the a little bit sickly, milky smell that this one does. Which is, it's alright. It's just a creamy, not quite coconut, just very milky, whereas the soft suede smells a little bit more grown up. Just a little bit more grown up. You know what I'm saying? So I think I actually like this one over the normal one. Now here's the thing, I will be selling some of these fragrances on my eBay because there's just really no need for me to have every single thing that I have right now. So definitely check out the description section for a link to my eBay shop. This might be one of them that I end up passing on because I just like the other one better, but because of the size discrepancy, I don't know, I might end up keeping this. But check out the link below so you can see what else I'm passing on. Now, one of the first fragrances that I actually picked up in this whole haul situation is this one here. This is Blouse from YSL, and this is part of their Privé line. And I kind of mentioned this in another video vlog that I did before where I had smelt this and I was like, this is amazing, but they had sold out pretty much everywhere. I managed to find this on Selfridges. Selfridges had this, and then they were doing like a 10% discount, so I did pick this up. Now this is a niche-ish, can we call it niche? High-end designer, whatever you want to call it. It's expensive is what I'm trying to say. This retails in the UK for about £155, and this is the 2.5 fluid ounce, so 75 ml, right? However, you guys, let me just tell you something. Let me tell you something. This is amazing. This is amazing. I'm gonna do a review where I basically compare this to Delina, because it smells almost not exactly like Delina, I'm sorry. It smells a lot like Delina, and it is Quentin Biche on the same formulation, so they have a lot of similarities, a lot of overlap, but I'm telling you, when I tell you this is the nice one, I'm gonna have to spray it. I don't have any fragrance, minus this one, on for today, because I knew I would just be doing a lot of spraying. Oh my gosh, a lot of spraying. But this is beautiful, beautiful. Now, if you like Delina, you'll love this. This one is not as sweet as Delina. This is a little bit crisper, a little bit sharper. But still really good. Actually, when I got it, I was wearing it for a week straight because I was obsessed with it. But I will do a review video on this because I think it's a really, really good one. So the next things that I got are some that I think that you guys have probably already seen on my channel, so I'll link the video up above. But I did pick up some fragrances from Bespoke London. You can find these guys in Superdrug. I have a couple of favorites, and I'm just gonna show you guys these ones here as well. So this is Bergamot and Rose Musk. This is floral and musky. If you like florals and your musk, this is one to have. It's got a fresh, not very sweet, but slightly sweet, I won't call it an authentic rose, but let's say it's floral, and it is musky. So if you're into that, I think you'll like this. These are really inexpensive. They're like £5, or I think the price has gone up to about £10 now because they were on offer when I picked them up. But very inexpensive and just kind of easy to, you know, get along with. This one here is Sweet Spice and Sandalwood from the men's line. Now, I have been loving this one. My other favorite one is the pear one, spiced pear. That one smells so good. That one smells like La Belle from Jean Paul Gaultier, mixed with a little bit of Jimmy Choo Fever. But this one here, which is Sweet Spice and Sandalwood, I have been obsessed with. So good. I don't think I will do a review video on this. I don't know, maybe I will. But the reason that I was really hooked to start off with is because, dare I say, it smelt like a wannabe version of Christian Dior Fève Delicious. Is it Christian Dior? I think, you know, that one. Yeah, that one. Fève Delicious. It smells like it wants to be Fève Delicious. Okay? It smells like it wants to be it, but it's not there. You know what I'm saying? Because Fève Delicious is a beast. It's a banger. Quality is mwah. This isn't quite there, but it's similar notes. It's kind of got that praline, it's got that saffron, it's got that nutmeg, it's got the cinnamon, there's a licorice element to it as well, star anise, that kind of spicy, maybe a little bit of lavender, but with a chocolatey flow to it. So it's sweet and it's creamy. This is so good. Very spicy as well, very spicy. So I've been wearing this, and this is straight up masculine leaning. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's masculine leaning, but I've been wearing it because I really like it that much. So much so that I've even laid it with the fresh cream every so often when I want a little bit more sweetness. But it's a banger. So if you're into your slightly masculine fragrances with a spicy chocolate kick to them, this one, the Sweet Spice and Sandalwood, is actually a really, really nice one. Okay, so next, right, I did a little bit of shopping on eBay because there were some discontinued fragrances that I really wanted to get my hands on, and you can't find them everywhere, blah blah blah. These aren't discontinued, but I just wanted to get my hands on these finally. I picked up some Prada fragrances. This is Prada Candy Gloss and Prada Candy. So this little kit has Kiss and the normal eau de parfum. So I'm just showing you the packaging. It's really pretty, really pretty. I mean, part of the reason I really wanted these again in my life is because of the packaging. It's so pretty. The packaging is just so darling, especially this one, which is like the bubblegum pink. So pretty. Now this is the one that has the sour cherry note. Yeah, so I'm not gonna call it love hate, okay? I'm just gonna say that I think that I dislike this because that sour cherry note is just throwing everything off, which is such a shame. So this has a very, it's not sweet, it's fruity, it's cherry in the top with a little bit of a floral element into it, or to it. And then as you get into the mid is very beautiful. It's very sweet and floral and sophisticated. The mid is beautiful. The mid is where the sour cherry disappears, but then by the time you get back into the base, the sour cherry reappears and everything else is in there, and I just don't like it. I have to be in the mood for this. And I've even tried to using my fresh cream to layer this up so it can have a little bit of a better dry down and the sour cherry isn't so sour, but yeah, it has not really been working out for me. So I will probably end up selling this one on my eBay as well, but I'm gonna do a review video on it first. Because I do think it's a decent fragrance. It's just you have to be into sour cherry or cherry pretty much. So the next one that I picked up was this little kit here, which I thought was just so cute. You get 2 fragrances, 2 of the 20 mils, so you get the original and the normal Kiss version, which is interesting because they've got this packaging, right, and then they're also packaged in their boxes. I thought that was interesting, but whatever. So anyway, Prada Candy Kiss. This one is the more powdery, soft, musky version to the normal Prada one. I'll just show you the bottle because the bottle is so darling. Really, really pretty. Once again, I was suck it in because of the bottles, but what else is new, right? Anyway, so you got to pull them like this because the bigger ones are the ones that you can spray from here, but the smaller ones you pull them like a normal lid. So this is a musky, powdery, sweet fragrance. Musky and powdery and sweet. That's pretty much it. It can get a little bit sickly, just a tad. There is a signature, it has that signature Prada smell to it. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but it definitely reminds me of a few of the other Prada fragrances. Not just these like candy ones, but just in the bigger lineup as well. Which is not bad, it's just nice. The thing about this is it can get a little bit sickly. It just can. I'm gonna spray this on this side. It gets a little bit sickly, so for me, I have been using this to mix with a few of the other fragrances that I have in my collection, where I want them to have a slightly more powdery kind of dry down. So for example, Banana Republic's Tobacco and Tonka Bean, where that tobacco leaf can be a little bit bassy and heavy for me sometimes, I mix that in with this to get a softer kind of experience, and it's been working quite nicely. So yeah, this one's nice. I don't tend to wear this by itself. That's the only thing, because it is, you know, like I said, it can get a little bit sickly, but it is a really nice one. Now next, I had to get the OG. This is Prada Candy, the original. Now the reason why I hadn't picked this up for the longest time is because this was actually one of my good friend's signature scent for years, and every time I smelt it I was just reminded of her, and I kind of felt like, I don't know if you guys feel like this, but you know, like if somebody has a signature scent, it feels like weird you wearing their signature scent, or because it reminds you of them so much. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I figured I might as well just have it in my collection since I'm collecting classic fragrances as well. So I picked it up. This is what the bottle looks like. Once again, just really nice packaging. I think they really did that with this. Now, the only thing about this particular one with me is that this is a sweet caramel-esque kind of fragrance, dare I say. Can I call it gourmand? Can I? Maybe. I don't even remember too tough what all of the fragrance notes are for this particular one, but for me it's a very sweet caramelly kind of fragrance, not too juvenile. It does put me in the mind frame of Jessica Simpson's Fancy, but a more refined version. Now, okay, oh, I put a little bit too much. Anyway, this is nice. This is really nice. I will most likely be keeping this. The only thing is, it does this thing towards the dry down where it smells like wax, like just pure wax, almost sweaty wax. Really strange, just on my skin. I don't know if everybody else gets this. Maybe it's the benzoin, I don't know, but it does do that on me for a little bit. Yeah. So I have to literally wait about 20 minutes for this to fully dry down to really like it. So like right now, in the top and in the mid, it's still sweet and everything else, but when it enters, it's doing it now. When it enters that dry down, it smells really waxy, which is so strange. Waxy and sweaty. What is that? what is that? But by the time that dissipates, it settles to a really gorgeous creamy caramel, sweet, ambery kind of experience, and I don't mind. I don't mind. I mean, I have to wait a while to be able to smell it, but I don't mind. So I do like this one. All right, so let me talk about this one. This is Versace Woman. I think it was Deborah Day who mentioned this, and I was really intrigued because she kind of described this in a really nice way. I saw this in Boots and it was £16. This is the 50 ml, so I knew that was a pretty good deal. Almost everywhere else you can get it for about 19 or 20 pounds for this size, so Boots definitely had some good deals. This was in store though, not online. Anyway, this is what it looks like. I had actually smelt it in Superdrug over Christmas, but then they sold out, so that's why I wasn't able to get it then. But in the New Year's I was able to pick one up, and isn't it pretty? Very, very pretty. Now this is a Christine Nagel, is that how you say her name? Creation. Now she is one of the top, and I mean top perfumers in the whole industry. She's the one who heads up the fragrances at Hermes. So Tuile Hermes is her creation, and a whole bunch of other ones. Okay, like this chick is crazy. This is one of those fragrances that is nostalgic because you can literally smell that it is a vintage fragrance. I don't know if you guys can see the cap as well. Isn't that pretty? It's got like the gems. So when you spray this, or at least when I spray this, I get this huge burst of like nostalgia. It just reminds me of the early 2000s. I think this actually came out maybe in the 90s, but it reminds me of the early 2000s. I'm pretty sure one of my aunt's mums, one of them, was wearing this at some point in time, because it literally takes me right back to that era. Anyway, it's a really nice one. It's a really nice one. Now let me tell you something. This one, Woman from Versace, walked so that Delina could run. All right, there is no denying that there's the same structure, vibe and imprint on this one, on Woman, that there is in Delina. Now I'm a big Delina fan, as you guys can tell. I've been scouring the world for Delina dupes, and I'm kind of very familiar with that scent profile at this point, that I can spot something that smells like Delina. It's a really good one. It's a really good one. Again, if you're into vintage fragrances, you're gonna like this. This is kind of rosy. Basically, I haven't even described it. It's rose-like. It does have a rose note. It's florally, it's sweet, it's fresh, and it's light. It's a really nice one. Really nice one. So I would definitely recommend. I don't know if I'm going to keep this around though, just because it does remind me of Delina. It reminds me of Delina, and I have Delina, and I have Blouse, and I have a few other ones, you know what I mean? And it is quite vintage, and I don't know if I'm into vintage fragrances actually like that. I've picked up a few, like the Hane More and the Chopard, and now this, and I just don't know if I'm into it, honestly. So you might see this on my eBay as well. Check that out. Wow, we're not even halfway. Okay, so whilst I was on eBay, I thought, you know what, I need to get my hands on some fragrances that have been discontinued. If you guys remember, I spoke about Armani code Cashmere, because this is one that had been floating around on the internet. A lot of people have spoken about this, and I just had to, it's my cat in the bag, hey Stewie. Anyway, and I just had to get my hands on it. So I really like Cashmere. This is a really nice, grown, sexy, sweet fragrance. This is so good. This is really good. Now it was a pretty penny because it is discontinued, so it's hard to get your hands on. I will do a review on this. However, I had my eye on Satin, because a lot of people had compared Cashmere to Satin and kind of said, you know, they're both really good, and you know, curiosity got the better of me, so I picked up Satin as well. Let me show you guys the bottle. So I picked up Satin in the 30 ml, and I have to say they didn't do a great job of distinguishing the bottles too tough, because honestly you really couldn't tell that there was a difference between them. But there is, this one's more purple than this, only slightly. Anyway, so I picked up the Satin version, right, because I just wanted to know what the difference was. Satin is amazing. Satin is so good. It is so good. I go back and forth between which one I prefer, whether I like Cashmere, whether I like Satin better. Like, they're just both really, really, really good. I'll say it like this. I'm gonna do a review video, right? But I'll say it like this. If you just want something grown and sexy, just pure grown and sexy and mature, Cashmere. Cashmere is your girl. If you want something grown, sexy, and gourmand, get Satin, because Satin has a, I think it's praline or chocolate, one of those. It's definitely got like I think it's praline. I think it's praline. It's got a gourmand vibe to it, okay? It's just a little bit sweeter in the gourmand realm. Really, really nice one. So yeah, that's how I would put it. If you like gourmands, get Satin. If you just want something that smells straight up like just sexy vibes, get Cashmere. They're both really good. Honestly, I would kind of say if you can get both, but don't do too much because these can get a little bit pricey if you're getting them from a private seller. But yeah, they're both really good, really good. Now, because I fell down the rabbit hole of, oh, I want to know what all of the discontinued fragrances smell like from Armani Code, I went over to Notino and they were selling this one. This is a turquoise version, turquoise Eau Fraiche, and they had this for an offer. I think it was like £37 on offer, maybe somewhere there, which was a lot better than the prices I was looking at on eBay. So I was like, it's fine, I'll pick it up. I wanted to see what this one was like. I really like the color of the bottle as well. I'm really drawn to this kind of minty blue color. Now here's the problem. Y'all, I don't know, man. I don't know. So this one is definitely a lighter, fresher version of the normal Code line. It's nowhere near, as in it's not the same. It's not the same at all. I think they do have overlapping notes. It definitely smells like it's part of the family, but it's just not Satin and Cashmere, right? Just put those to the side. We're just gonna look at her separately. This is more springtime appropriate because it's lighter, it's fresher, slightly more citrusy and more, will I say fruity? I think there's a ginger note in this. I think there's a ginger note in some of the other ones as well, but it's fresher in this. There's also a neroli note in this that kind of gives it, the neroli is doing a lot. It's doing a lot, that it almost smells like a men's cologne. Oh yeah, at least by the time it's on my skin anyway, you know? Everybody might have a different reaction to it, but that neroli note really gives me men's cologne vibe by the time it's on me, and I just don't really think I like that. It does have the vanilla note, and it does have that kind of orange blossom-esque-ness to it, so it's a fresh, sweet kind of fragrance. But that neroli, I don't know, man, I don't know. So I'm thinking to reserve this for springtime when the temperatures are different, because then that might kind of do something different to the composition. Yeah, or my nose will change and I might be able to get over that neroli note, because I'm usually fine with neroli. I don't mind it, but in this fragrance it smells more like a sharp men's cologne kind of vibe. I'm just not into it. So yeah, it's a nice fragrance, but I wouldn't say run out and get this. I really wouldn't. I would say if you were to come across the other ones, Cashmere and Satin, then go ahead and get those. But if you saw this, like, I wouldn't jump, you know, everything to get this. But it's okay. All right, so this is basically what had happened was, still on Notino, I decided I might as well pull the trigger and get Daisy Love by Marc Jacobs. This is the Oh So Sweet. I have had samples of this now for so long, and each time I talk about, oh, I really like it, but the musk note in there is just too sweet. It's too sweet. It's too sweet. And I was just like, you know what? Let me just have it in my life, because I keep banging on about it and I must be interested in it, right? I am. So I got it in the 30ml, and I'm really actually happy to have it. I think something happens, right, in the sample form. In the sample form of these fragrances, because they have to fit such a concentrated amount of the fragrance in a small vial, I think the notes can end up not, how do I say this? Not really being their true self. Is basically what I'm trying to say, because when I had the sample I was like, that musk note is a little too sweet, it's a little too sweet, but in this it's not at all. From the time that I've been using it, it's been fine. So I think there's definitely something to be said for picking up the full size of a fragrance versus just having it in a sample form. Yeah, this is so nice. This is so nice. The musk note is not doing too much anymore. So this is a very light, sweet, effervescent kind of musky fragrance, a sweetened, sugary musk, like it smells like sugar with musk. Long story short, it is fresh as well. It's just really pretty. Now the thing about this is the longevity on it is a bit it's a bit pants. The longevity isn't that great, but this is another really good layering one. It's also another really good sleeping fragrance. You can just fall asleep to it because it's really light and just easy. I actually prefer this one next to the Prada Candy one. They're both in a similar mind state of powdery, musky, sweet. This one's more powdery than this, but I prefer the Marc Jacobs one, just in case you guys are thinking about which musk one would you be interested in. Or would you prefer? I prefer. It's this one. This is really good. I really like this. So I'm glad I finally pulled the trigger and got it. And how pretty is the bottle? So pretty. Also, I can't wait for the spring collection to come out. I've been seeing pictures of it online with all the green packaging, and I think there's a fig note to the Daisy Love version that I'm really intrigued by. So hopefully I can get my hands on that one as soon as it's released. All right, so the other, let me put this down. So I bought another high-end luxury fragrance, you guys. I've been banging on about this for a while. This is the Jimmy Choo Seduction collection Vanilla Love fragrance. I mentioned this in a video where I spoke about niche fragrances that I'm really into, or just samples of niche fragrances and kind of just my thoughts on them. This was one that I mentioned that I was going to pick up in a full size as soon as Harrods did their rewards program, because it's only available on Harrods. So they did their rewards program. I got 10% off and had some points as well, so I used that against this, and I finally have it in my collection. Right, so I was going to leave to open this later on, but I realized that I'm going to do a review on it anyway, so I'll just open it now for you guys. So this is the outer packaging box that it comes in, and then you pull it out this way, and there's the bottle. This is what, 75 ml? 125 ml. 120. It is pretty expensive for what it is, if I'm being very honest with you. From the sample, I haven't had the best kind of longevity on it, but when I was in store and they were spraying this on me, the longevity seems to be really good. So I'm not sure. I need to play around with the full size, because once again, like I've been saying, I think there is a difference in the formulation between the full size and everything else. So this is what the bottle looks like. It looks like a gem, right? Very, very, very pretty packaging, I think. Yeah, it's not been opened yet. Should I spray it? Let me spray it. Let me spray it. Ah! This is so nice. This is a really gorgeous vanilla fragrance. There is a frankincense note in this in the beginning at the very top, and there's also a myrrh note at the very end. It gives it a very spicy, almost archaic, grown-up kind of feel to it, but then that will dissipate after a while, and you'll get this toffee, vanilla, bakery kind of vibe in the mid and in the dry down, which I just live for. I think there's an apple. Oh, it's so good. This is really good, really, really good, you guys. So yeah, I'll do a proper review so we can do like wear tests and everything else, but I really, really enjoy that. And I think if you're into vanillas, if you're into a vanilla fragrance, then you can see if you can find somebody to decant theirs, or maybe pick up a sample, because I really like this. Right, okay, so we're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. The last order that I placed is actually from Origines. This is the packaging. I actually opened this up on my Instagram, so if you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me, because I did it on my stories, did a first impression and everything else. I really like shopping from Origins. They are really just lovely, great kind of customer service, great attention to detail. This is a little card that basically tells me thank you for placing an order. Other places don't do that, girl, you know what I'm saying? And they will always give me samples, or they'll give their customers samples for fragrances. I mean, you know, their shipping is about 5 to 8 days if you're based in the UK. But if you're not in a hurry, it's fine, because sometimes even my Notina orders take about 5 days, or maybe a little bit longer depending when I order them and everything else. Anyway, I picked up 2 fragrances from Origins. Just quickly, they did give me a few samples. They gave me the sample for YSL Libra. This is the intense version. I prefer this to the original. This one's more ambery and it's a little bit sweeter than the original. It still has the same lavender and sparkliness that the original has, but those notes are amped up. Don't think I'll get it in a full size, honestly, because lavender is just not my thing, but it is a really good one. Then there is Mademoiselle Rochester in pink. This isn't a bad one. The top of this is very, very nice, but it dries down to quite a florally meh kind of fragrance on me, so it won't be picking up in full size. And then they also gave me the Flower Bomb by Victor and Rolfe. I'm more interested in the nectar version of Flower Bomb than this particular one. It's a nice one if you're into florals, but I'm just not that into florals. I prefer the nectar one. Anyway, I'll probably be putting these on my eBay as well for anybody who wants these samples, so check out the link below. Anyway, the two fragrances that I picked up, right, which are the last two fragrances of this haul, are from Kenzo and Valentino. Now here's the thing, let's go into Valentino Donna. I was perusing the Origins website, which I do every so often, and then I saw this yellow bottle. I was like, excuse me? When, who, what, did anybody, nobody, it came out of nowhere. I didn't know they were releasing this. So obviously I was like, I have to go pick this up. So I picked up the women's version. The notes on this are not really, I guess, on paper my kind of style. Like, I looked at the note profile and I was just like, probably not gonna be me, but I will get it to review and maybe one of you guys will be interested. So this is Valentino Donna, Born in Roma, Yellow Dream. So this is a flanker to their Roma line. You guys know I love the original Born in Roma, which is in the pink box, like in the pink packaging. Love it. So I was just like, all right, let's see what this is about. Now, when I was looking at the guys version, Valentino Donna Uomo for men, that one looked a little bit more interesting. Now I have since been able to purchase it, because when I bought this, the guys one wasn't available, so I just went ahead and obviously got this. But a couple of days ago I checked back on the site, the guys one is available, so I ordered it. That's coming. I'm gonna do a review on that one. So that one has like a gingerbread, pineapple, vanilla kind of spicy kind of experience. I was like, that looks so good. So let's see what that one is. But this one is different. So this one is lemon in the top. It's got musk in the base and some sort of florals in the mid. Y'all, I actually really like this one. Let me show you the bottle. So this is what it looks like. Traditional, obviously Born in Roma kind of packaging. I really like this. Once again, on paper I was just like, that's not me. I'm not a lemony, citrusy kind of girl. That's just not who I am. And I'm, again, not really a floral person. I can do florals, but it's not my go-to. And then I was just like, even though I like a musky fragrance, I was just like, and do I need another one? Do I? Anyway, this is really nice. This is a really nice one. So the top of this is lemony, but not the sour, uncomfortable lemon that you might expect. This is a soft, juicy lemon. This is the juice of the lemon without too much of the citrus, but it's still fresh, very fresh opening. As it gets into the mid, I think there's supposed to be rose in this, and maybe I can detect a little bit of rose, but to me what really jumps out is the jasmine. The jasmine, that's the same jasmine that's in Born in Roma, the pink version, is a similar jasmine that's in this. I think this is more the jasmine tea than the jasmine orris or some of the other versions of jasmine that was in the other one. Either way, really nice, because jasmine is one of my favorite notes. So I really love the mid to this, and it keeps it in the same family. That mid is what tells you that this is part of the Born in Roma fragrances. Very, very, very gorgeous. And then the dry down is very clean and sophisticated. I honestly feel like it's more sandalwood. Not really. But if I didn't know it was musk, I may have said it was sandalwood, because this is such a clean musk. There's nothing rugged, animalistic, raw, musty, as my cousin would say. There's nothing about the musk that is any of those things. It's very, very, very clean and very sharp, but beautiful. Now here's the thing, I have been testing this for a couple of days, because I will do a review on this. I've been testing this for the last couple of days. It seems to be sitting close to the skin at the moment. It's not a projector, it's not a pow wow projector like the other Born in Roma is. So I'm gonna play around with it a little bit more just to figure out what's going on with the formulation. It does so far feel like it's quite of a light, it's a light fragrance, but that might just be more in keeping with maybe like a springtime kind of fragrance, you know what I mean? Because these companies, they always schedule their releases around the seasons as well, and they schedule their formulations around the releases. So this might just need some sun, but it's really nice, you guys. It's really, really, really nice. If you like the jasmine that was in the Born in Roma, and you like a fresh, fruity fragrance, it reminds me of Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. If you like light blue, they're not the same, by the way. Oh my gosh, they're not the same. They're not like dupes or substitutes at all. But if you like light blue and the vibe of that one, I think you'll like the vibe of this one. This one's a little bit more florally, not sweet, it's just florally clean. It's nice. It's really nice, basically what I'm trying to say. Now, last but not least, we've got Flower by Kenzo, Elixir. You know how many times I have been sniffing this? Every time, right, that we were released from lockdown and I'd go to the high street, I would always smell this and be like, oh, it's so nice, and I would never pick it up. I finally decided to pick it up because Origins had it for a really, really decent price. I got the 30 ml, and this is what it looks like. Very pretty. The original Flower is also quite nice, but the musk note in there I can't stomach. I can't. It's a little bit too sickly for me. However, the musk note, it's the same musk note in here, but it's balanced out by the other gourmand fragrances or fragrance notes that are in this. So this is a really nice one. It almost reminds me of Cashmere from Armani Code, almost. Or maybe even Satin. They're same vibes, right? This one obviously has that leather note. This one doesn't, I don't believe has a leather note. I don't think it does. But it does have a praline note. It is a little bit more gourmand. There's definitely some vanilla. There's some vanilla going on in there. I really like this. I really do. I've only been able to wear it twice actually since I got it, so haven't been able to put it to the test in terms of its performance. All right, so my battery just died. I don't know where I left off, but I'm just gonna finish off saying that this is a really good fragrance. I'll end up doing a review at some point. But yeah, we've come to the end of this really big fragrance haul. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. If you have any specific fragrances from the lineup that you've seen that you want me to do a deep dive, talk about, explain, whatever, definitely let me know in the comments. Also check out the links in my description section and everything else. Hopefully you guys are doing super well. Happy 2021 once again, and I will see you guys in my next one.